Live from the podcast rooms in Glasgow, it's all about the Gers with Ricki Neill, Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller.
Hello and welcome to All About the Gers. It's myself, Ricki Neill, joined by Charlie Miller, Derek Ferguson, and we've got one of our special new sponsors, Stuart McGraw from DB Dental. I'll just come back to you in a wee minute, but we've also got another new sponsor. We've got Plugged In IT. They'll hopefully be on the show in a few weeks as well. So it's great to have the sponsors on board. Stuart, in fact, we'll just come straight to you, Stuart. So you're a Rangers fan.
Yes.
Dentist.
Yes.
My dentist.
I need a couple of fillings.
Do you know?
I need a new set of gnashers. I need the full shebang.
Well, do you know, I actually had a fear of dentists, right? I had a massive fear of dentists, and I was actually building Stuart's website, and there was one time he said, can you come out to the, his dentist? And he was like, just sit down there. And then he was like, in fact, while we're here, I'll give you a wee checkup. And I'm like, no. And do you know, I done it, and see, Stuart's actually, he's got a big, massive TV, and he'll put the football and things like that just to calm you down. And I've been a few times now, and honestly, my fear of dentists is gone now.
I'm scared to open my mouth for them.
I know. Do you know, I've not been, see, with COVID and all that, I've not been near a dentist for about 3 years. More than that.
You're more than welcome, Derek. Clyde Banks just down the road, so
I might be paying you a visit because my teeth are disintegrating as we speak.
No. Do you find people actually kind of talk like that because you're a dentist? Like,
yes.
Aye. Remember I'm talking to Mike.
I'm just trying to get Chris at my teeth with them.
Aye. Any matter your par, he'll just give you a jag. Boom.
A jag.
It's been fun treating you, Ricky, and you are due a checkup.
See, I know. I'm going to come back because I used to always have this wee mark in the front of my tooth, and I had it for years, and I always thought it was just a dirty filling. And within seconds, you went like that, boom,
away.
It's gone. It's gone.
I'm paying you a visit.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Well, we'll be visiting. I don't know about paying you, but we'll be visiting.
So, what did you get up to the weekend anyway?
Carol's birthday.
That's right.
The weekend, it was Sunday, so was at the Acast game, Acast Thistle. Cracking game, by the way. And then Sunday, went away for a wee overnight with the missus, so all good.
That looked nice, that, actually, seeing the pictures. It was really nice.
We had a good laugh, as we always do.
What about yourself, Charlie?
Well, my son's girlfriend's pregnant, so we had the baby shower yesterday.
Cost me a few bob.
So I wasn't allowed in the baby shower. I was sitting in a pub across the road. And then I got invited up after all the food was gone.
Did you just pay for it then?
No, did I hell. To be fair.
He did. I was speaking to his missus.
No, did I hell.
He doesn't know that. It cost him a few bob.
No, but it was a great wee day, obviously. It's madness now. It's like a wedding before the wedding's even born, you know what I mean? But it was good. The families all together. So looking forward to the being being born in November, early November.
Wee Christmas baby coming up. That's brilliant. What about yourself, Stuart?
Out for a curry on Saturday night, game of golf yesterday and the game.
Do you know this guy, like during COVID, he started to learn how to play golf and also started to learn how to play the piano. And you see him, he's how many songs have you written now?
About 40, 50.
It's unreal. He was letting me hear some of them before.
You're far too clever for this show.
He's
the one on here with a brain.
So we'll probably
come qualification. There's none here, by the way. That's
say after the story last week about Gordon Smith and Durante not having an O level.
I agree.
Anyway, I suppose we better talk about this football.
We're trying to deflect, didn't we?
I'm going to try and skip past a lot of the Liverpool game, but do you know what, Stuart? Since you're new to the show,
thanks, Ricky.
Sponsor, I may as well. What do you think went wrong last week against Liverpool?
Last week or the week before? I think half time, really. I mean, I thought we were decent in the first half. It was a big change from the week before. As a Rangers fan, I just want to see Rangers going forward and creating some chances, like doing something. Instead of turning the first whistle goes and you look left and that's you for the first half. I mean, that's what we did in the week before. But we created something in the first half. The atmosphere was there. It's at Ibrox. We had the game. As soon as Arfield scores, I mean, I'm bouncing about. It was great. And then something happened in that second half, and I can't put my finger on it. 1 minute we're getting beat 3-1, the next minute.
Stuart, I think maybe there was a couple of things. I think the first half we played a certain style. We went a wee bit longer. Yep. We looked to win the second balls. Would you agree that? And we won our fair share, which got its possession further up the park. And we caused them a few problems. Arfield, cracking goal, could have had a second. I think it was a wee bit getting into the second half that they'd learned a wee bit, Liverpool, and also they'd upped their game. And I thought with the manager looking at Giovanni, I thought the amount of effort that the boys had put in, they were always going to tire, for me, run about the hour mark.
Yeah.
And that's when he should have been planning, and this is my opinion, he make the changes, get fresh legs on. He never, when the third goal goes in, I'm thinking damage limitations. We weren't going to win that game, but the thing was, I didn't want to be embarrassed. And as the game wore on, as we all know, it felt embarrassing. It was embarrassing, you know, and I think we've got to look to I think the players. I mean, there's a lot of people who point the finger, and at times quite rightly so, but I think the manager had a part to play in that. You've got to protect them, protect the boys that are, you can see that are physically tired. We've got sports science, they've got the data, they know how much kilometres they've ran, and you know that they're going to tire, and I think that's where they should have been a wee bit more clever, a wee bit more savvy, and made the changes earlier, just to give us a better chance. No saying we were going to win it, but just, you know, because towards the end, head in the hands, man. It was an absolute nightmare.
To be fair, up to 33 minutes, I thought we're going to win this. We were playing great. Everything was good. The fans were behind the team. The boys were playing well. It was a new belief for me. I was like, God, I might, we're finally arrive in the Champions League now. Might actually get a wee win here. It might give us a wee chance to stay in the Europa League. So it was all great until the stupid equaliser. It just kind of made everything go flat after that. And right on, well, obviously 10 minutes before half time, it was a bit of a kick in the nuts, but
it could have been easily prevented as
no,
well.
100%. Sakala's got to win the first header. Tav's got to be winning the second header. Firmino's in between the two of them. Sakala shouldn't really be there. Sakala should be on the edge of the box.
Aye.
You have to think Sakala's on the edge of the box and Ryan Jack's got to cover the front area, but I've got him the other way about. You know what I mean? Ryan Jack's not got to run away from anybody at the edge of the box. For Sakala, his main attribute is his pace. So if a ball does get headed up with Ryan Jack, you think then Sakala can be the one to go and bust on it and break clear. But I don't know who puts the guys in different positions. I really don't know.
Plus, the players fed off the fans. You know, that first half, the atmosphere.
That was brilliant.
Electric.
Amazing.
Well, there you go. And that's
Absolutely.
the fans fed, the players fed off that as well. But I think they made a few adjustments, up their game, you know, and you know, there's a good side. Look, they've just beat Man City as well at the weekend, so they're top side. But I don't care who we play against. I think I'd still say it's unacceptable to get beat 7-1.
Oh, it was very disappointing the way the goals went, and that was obviously now we realise how good Goldson is. He is obviously he's made a few mistakes this season, but he's solid at the back for us. He's our best defender, no doubt about it. Gazaf and Jack Gazaf, that's where experienced players who sit deep and stop everything come through the middle of the defence or whatever, or midfield. So we lost the two of them, which really, really hurt us. But the defending, and I felt sorry for the young boy coming on. I really did. It was rabbit in the headlights a wee bit for him, but I'm glad he played well yesterday, which was good. Yeah. I'm glad he came back and done well. So you see he's got a bit about himself. But then you see the subs. Salah, Thiago and
Robertson. Come on.
Coming on at once. Just like,
Salah had something to prove as well when he came on. I mean, you could tell.
And I think Klopp timed his run with bringing on the subs. He knew at that stage that Rangers were tiring, and when you bring him on,
see when you're saying shutting up shop, Derek, he should have done what he done the week before when we didn't even go and try and attack and score a goal. So at 2-1 or 2-1, you still get a wee sniff. You still think you can win it or you can get a draw. But once it goes 3-1, you go, right, okay. As Derek says, don't make it embarrassing. Shut up shop a wee bit here and just kind of make it
Charlie, you're not too impressed with the formation, you know?
No, because he's playing the same players in the same position all the time who are playing terrible. Ryan Kent just every week I thought he had ability. Maybe he's not got ability. I don't know, because I'm saying he doesn't do enough in the game. He jogs back. He doesn't really look interested. And how you can keep on playing this guy when he's playing like that, I just don't understand it.
How do you feel, Stuart, as a fan, going to the games and watching?
I think you're right about Kent. I think going back to, I don't want to go back to the Old Firm game, but it was his fault for the first goal.
Yep.
Running back after he thought the ball went out for a Rangers throw. I mean, looking at some stats, he's supposed to be a winger. He's supposed to be dribbling past people. How many dribbles is this guy actually winning?
Like yesterday, he started off well again in the first 10 minutes. He's got to score early doors when he cuts.
He's got to hit it early.
He goes and plays well when he cuts on his left foot, and he can hit the ball with his left foot, but he tries to cut back in, and then he shoots. The guy kind of blocks it, but he's got to just hit it. It's that other step over, that other touch again.
How much? Sorry, Derek. How much is it? How much of it is confidence, though? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, like, you see what happened with them in the Europa League last season. They were confident. They were walking out against all these teams, and you knew they were going to win. Well, I did. Well, I thought they were going to win. And I was confident going into this. You could see the confidence that was exuding from each one of those players. They were going to beat MD. I just don't feel that anymore. I just don't think they've got it.
As I said the other week, I says, we've not replaced our three best players in Bassey, Aribo, and Morelos.
Yeah.
We've not replaced them.
Yeah.
We've not even got anywhere near them. Anybody's got near them. Obviously, Kolak's done well, but he's a totally different striker for Morelos. As he scores goals, he links up play no bad. But I'm saying we've not replaced them. But at the level they were playing last season in the Europa League, I thought that we're miles behind for when we were at 3 months ago.
So when you say, Stuart, about dribbling, my job was as a midfielder was to get the forward players, the boys that could create, could do a wee bit of damage. We can't, you want to get them 1v1, and what you ask him is go at your man, get past them, deliver, put a cross in, and he ain't doing it because there's numerous times he just takes the easy option, you know, checks out, does a couple of wee step overs, gives it back. No, that's not what you're paid for. You're paid to get at people, get at the byline, deliveries. That's what show, that's what they thrive on. So it is, and he's not doing it.
And they've got, I mean, Morelos is a different type of player altogether. He drops back, holds the ball up, right? Cholak's he's wanting the service. He's wanting the service. He's playing. Gio's playing with two wide men on the wing, on the line, to get balls into the box. Correct. How many goals have Rangers scored this season with a ball going into the box?
There you go, that's a good start.
That's
something
it's
that Ricki needs
Barisic
to look up and do so much.
I've came for Barisic just a few assists that way, you know. Obviously against Hearts anyway, the header, and not against, was it Dun United as well? No, the one shot I had to post a week, and Kolak's followed up, but we just don't put enough balls into the box. We really don't.
Well, that was mentioned. See what you said, Stuart, about Cholak. He just wasn't getting the service yesterday either. You know,
and it's a great point, guys, mate, Kent, because that's your job. Your job is to provide the ammunition for the guys. I mean,
and that's the side we're good at.
You know, Cholak, and then you've got guys like Arfield making runs into the box. Obviously, Matondo, you know, coming in for the back, for the other wing coming in. But no, it's not happening, and it's no good watch at the minute. I'd be a liar if I says I'm enjoying watching Rangers at the minute, and I was
thinking that yesterday as well.
I'm just being honest. I mean,
it's not enjoying to watch.
Half of the Liverpool game was the best I'd seen since last year in Europe. That was brilliant. It was great. Well, first 35 minutes, I'm thinking, God Almighty, they're up for it. They've went for it. Everybody's wanting to work hard for each other. The fans are right behind them, and you could feel the atmosphere. It was amazing. And then
you going to say,
stupid goal.
I was going to say the Napoli game as well. I thought they played all right in the Napoli game.
Sent off. I know, but see, especially against Liverpool, loads see them into our passes that weren't actually getting to where they should be going, like the soft passes and all that. And I noticed that against Motherwell as well. You know, they can't even string a pass together.
But I can only speak for experience when you played. And when I was playing, we had good players run about me. I used to fire the ball into them. You know, it wasn't really you're saying like rolled into them. Why would you fire it into them? Because you knew they could deal with the ball, and they could, but they could deal with it under pressure as well. You know, so I don't know. Are the players looking at each other? Do they trust each other? I don't know. This is only the questions that they can answer. But just at the minute, watching them, you know, and I knew they were going to be a wee bit fragile. The confidence against Motherwell, that was always going to be the case. But I thought when we got 2-0 up, I thought we should have kicked on a wee bit and showed a wee bit more. But obviously with the mistake, misjudgment for Alan, you know, and then we kind of get a wee bit nervous. But we've got to show a wee bit more than that. When you go to 2 goals up, you know, puff the chest out, you know, and go and show what we're all about.
I don't really want to analyse every single one of the 7 goals, so I'll just skip past that. But one of the things that I'm quite old-fashioned with, I love somebody in the front and back post as well. And like obviously for the first goal, we didn't have that. As you say, Sakala was just kicking about in the front. But also see the defenders jogging back for the second goal, right? That's the only one. But you see Barisic, and he's actually just jogging back. Kent actually sprints past him.
I think, to be honest, don't get me started
Aye.
tonight with Barisic, because I'm losing patience.
I think I was on my 10
the guy.
Fosters at that time. I was
Did
up,
that
I was
help?
up in Fosters.
By the way, and I tell you what, I could have done me a few Fosters, because he's driving me nuts at the minute. Listen, as a Rangers defender, you know, and there's a 50-50 to be won, go and win it, mate. Don't jog out it and stop, you know, halfway. Show a wee bit of metal. Go and win your tackle, and then, as you're saying, like jogging back, he's frustrating the hell out of me at the minute. So
see how you're saying I'm not get stats.
Right,
I'm going to give you a stat.
Right, good man. What a man you are.
Bet Victor carried out an analysis on defence in the SPL. Do you know that Rangers are actually sitting second bottom? Do you know what's happened to our defence? We used to be, it used to be one of our strong.
Tav's struggling a wee bit as well. I don't know. Was there an injury there? He just doesn't look himself at the minute.
We'll see.
But we always know Tav that's no his strong point in his game. He gets away with a bit in terms of how good he is, and he's been going forward, so we get that. But Barisic, we've just brought a guy in for the 4 or 5 million, whatever. Yilmaz, surely he's got to be better than Barisic defensively. Where is this boy? We're not going to see him. He needs to be given an opportunity. And if no, there must be one of the young boys kicking about.
Last was about to say, see, there's Robert Elliott saying online Divine instead of Tav on Wednesday.
Aye, absolutely.
And what I was going to say, there's actually a video going about on social media just now, and it shows you Tav warming up against Motherwell. I don't know if you've seen it.
I heard it on the radio.
Have you seen it?
I heard it
So
on
he's
the radio.
just running up and down at start, and you actually see him in pain. So, mind I said last week that Gio had said he's been playing 3 games with a knock.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he still in the team?
Did they not come off at half time in the Old Firm game as well when they were
That's
playing?
right,
aye.
And
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? That we Adam Devine's meant to be a brilliant player. Dundee on Wednesday might be a good start
So
for him.
maybe he needs to be took out of it for a couple, 2-3 weeks.
well, he's played every minute.
Aye, and that's big goals as well.
Aye,
Hasn't he? We've
until-
got-
Guys,
we've relied on him
I
heavily.
think he can play the new, because we've got a break in 4 weeks' time. I think
Aye.
you can still get him through, get him playing. If he can get through to the end, because you still need to have in the team for assists and for what he does. But we've got 4 weeks, and then we've got 6 weeks off practically, so it might help us get a few wee niggles away. But I think he has to play still, because we still want to go and beat Dundee. And I'm not saying the wee man coming in, the wee boy Divine coming in will make us lose a game, but we have to be careful, because then we've got 2 very young boys at the one side of defence.
Aye,
And
it's a big
I'm not
risk.
saying the other side are filling me with enthusiasm at the moment as well, as in Davies and Barisic, because defensively, you know.
Davis, I would be quite like Davis.
Aye, but he's just in.
Yeah, of course. Aye.
Is he going to be fit for the next?
But I'm liking
4
what I'm
weeks?
seeing with him, what I've witnessed so far for Davis. But Barisic for me, by the way, frustrates the hell out of me.
We have got actually quite a few hard games coming up, because we've got Livy, Napoli, Aberdeen, and Ajax. So
It's
tough
obviously
games.
The Champions League games are obviously it's quite a scary thought at the minute. You know, Napoli absolutely flying at the minute, but we owe Ajax one. You know, because we just stood off them earlier. Mate, listen, they're a good side, but if you stand off our players, let them play, give them room, you know, an ordinary team will look good against you. So we owe them one.
Yeah, we did.
Back at Ibrox.
But lots of things we're going to need. We're going to owe a lot of teams one, I think. But
This is the last thing I'm going to say about the Liverpool game, right? And I want you to kid on, use the Rangers manager, right? After that game, right? Because it's been reported that Gio basically went into the dressing room and just was silent, never said anything to anybody. If you were the manager, or like when you had like Walter Smith as your manager and Jock Wallace, etc., what would they have been like?
I think I understand where Gio's coming from, because the players have been hurting. They would have been hurting, definitely. Sometimes you just have to go to the next game and try and win the next game. But for the fans, it's not really what they want to hear. They want to hear you can throw them or whatever. But sometimes there's no words. You can't put any words to it, because it was woeful defending for 30 minutes.
Who's to blame?
That's what I say. I
The
think
manager done it.
we're pointing the finger at the manager. We're pointing the finger at the players as well, because you're at Rangers for a reason. One, you're a good player, but also 2, that mentally you're able to handle certain situations. And when you're up against it, you're looking for a reaction. And the reaction wasn't good getting into certainly the last 10 minutes. We folded. They didn't want to be. It looked as if they didn't want to be there. They wanted the game to end. You know, I know this is going to sound poor, but I'm going to say, see when it went 3-1, I'd have started putting the boot in, to be honest with you. I'd have started thumping and take a few bootings.
You'd have put a boot in when it was 1-0 to us.
but you know, I think, Charlie, so be a wee bit nice. See, when you're you're getting a bit of doing it and it's not working for you. Go and put a few wee tackles in.
Show how much it matters to you.
And just upset them and do something to them. And we've done nothing.
That would have changed the atmosphere in the stadium as well.
It would have, because the fans love that and they need that. When you're getting outplayed, outmanoeuvred, whatever, but you shouldn't get outfought. And that's what I'm trying to say. That should never happen in Rangers. And the managers should be vocal towards them, because the standards, we've got standards at Rangers and they fell way, way below them, right? In terms of levels, they're probably a level above us. But in terms of the fight and the desire and the determination, that's got to be there.
Nah, they've not got that level.
So that's what they've got to find. And that's where you would be pointing the finger at a few of them and asking them, see if you're not up for the fight, if you don't want to run yourself into the ground, you don't want to play for a jersey, beat it, day one. And we'll get the young boys in, we'll get the boys that want to do it. Ask them the question, you know, so... But
to be fair, everything, it was a great goal as well on Wednesday night.
It was a brilliant goal.
Great goal, great run. And it was a lovely finish, and there's nothing being said really about that anymore.
I know.
Poor Arfield, but that's what we miss with him. That's what we miss with him when he's not on the team.
Aye, no, it's some goal. Right, we've lost 16 goals in the Champions League now. And obviously, when you're losing big defeats like that, it's obviously rumours going about Gio getting sacked. Rumours now interested. Would you call him Michael Beale?
Is that right? Aye.
Stuart, do you think Gio's time's up at Rangers?
That's a question.
No, not yet. I think we've had too many changes. And you've got to stick with it. I think he's got to get a system. I think we need a bit of continuity in the team. I think that's what we're lacking. He needs to come up with a system and then run with it.
Well, personally, I think, as I said before, I said quality rather than quantity, and it looks like quantity, obviously. And as Gio, agree with Ross Wilson's signings. Does Gio and Ross Wilson, did they speak to each other who they want to sign? Because supposedly the Rangers got offered the boy that's at Napoli, the Carrick Steyer guy, right. and they said no, because he'd only be coming in loan and he'd be signing for Napoli. Could have got him in loan for a year or two, and that didn't happen because they knew he was going to Napoli. So strange for me that is.
But we've not got a settled 11. We've not had a settled 11 for a long, long time.
Stuart will say that we're in October and we don't know our strongest side, and that's a worry.
It's a start, right? Half? We've got 5 players that have played pretty much all the games, and then we've got more than half of our team that have played half of the minutes.
But where does Tillman come again for yesterday?
I know.
It just comes for naming the game.
See, before you go in with right, I don't know, you're not on Twitter, aren't you? Know?
No.
Right, watch this. So I tweeted this. Right, get Tillman off.
You know the fact.
At 9 minutes past 1, in less than a minute, he scored after that.
Fair, but some goal.
And it had 27,000 views, that tweet. So obviously that's why I'm not Rangers manager. But up until then, he didn't hit.
To be fair, he scored in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, great opportunity.
Some goal, but wasn't it?
That was a great finish.
What do you used to always say to me about attackers? Defenders don't like attackers running at them.
No, 100% they don't.
I've not seen a Rangers player doing that for a long time.
Well, that's what Tillman should be playing in that area. Maybe if he gets more time in that area, then he might become really good. He might become a player. The consistency might get there, but
because he's the type of player that you're talking about that you can fire the ball at and you know he's going to control it. He seems to like it.
Sometimes you're talking about a system. I know you're talking about a system that we've not got a system. He's talking about the area that Tillman picks the ball up in. We know that's where he's strong in there. He's not a player that enjoys playing in a wide area. No. That's his strength, and he just showed that with the turn. And he was so direct. He's comfortable in that area. So if we're going to play a certain system, guys like him, you know, have got to fit into playing in a certain position. And we can. And we said it last week, the week before. I thought it was a wee bit unfair in the boy playing him wide in massive games when you're not going to have a lot of the ball. Against Motherwell, we're going to have more of the ball. You play him in a central area, he's more effective, and look what he does. And it was a terrific goal. And some people, I think it was James, a certain James McFadden, was very critical of the Motherwell players. But listen, he's ran for the halfway line and travelling. He left a few of them in their wake. But as soon as he entered
Moses, wasn't it?
as soon as he went into the box, you can't touch him.
Parted.
So, brilliant, wasn't it?
That was brilliant. It was brilliant, but they need to do that more often. And I noticed, about maybe 2 or 3 minutes after that, Matondo tried it as well. Taking a bit
He just took a poor touch at the
a
end.
touch at the end, or maybe you should have cut it back. But maybe that gave the team a wee lift and a wee bit of confidence to actually take on a player. But it's annoying.
That's what Sakala brings to the team as well. He's got that directness. You were saying earlier about the dribble. As soon as he receives the ball, he's got one thought in his mind: I'm going to get at the defender. I'm going to come at him. I'm going to try and get a ball in the box. I'm going to try and get a shot off. Kent's not doing that at the minute.
Telling you, have you read my notes this week?
No, but how can I just done?
Right, no, because I seen this thing on Facebook, right, and it was comparisons, right, compared. So comparing Sakala and Kent, right. So Sakala said 2,580 minutes game time, right. Kent said 5,000, right. Goal contribution Sakala is at 22, Kent's 26. Pass completion Sakala says 84.6%, Kent 72. And for successful dribbles, Sakala said 312 and Kent said 388. Is it time we give Sakala more of a chance starting, Charlie?
Well, I would play him now, definitely. I would have him in before Kent. Him and Matondo in. If that's the way he's got to play 4-3-3 all the time, then put Matondo on the left where he says he's better and put Sakala on the right and then just let him play. Because he's not going to sign. He doesn't look interested. And I think most of the fans have kind of lost faith in him now.
Aye, he's driving a lot of people nuts as well. It's not going to happen, but I'd have liked to have seen Kent come off yesterday and Morelos gone in his place. It's just like for like with Gio at the minute. It takes obviously Shoak off and Morelos goes on. He takes a winger off, he puts a winger on.
Is Roof alive?
He was back training,
I certainly
wasn't he?
hope so.
He was back training a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he was back training a couple of weeks ago and he's not been seen since.
It's a shame he's got the issues with his calf. Looks the same with Ryan as well, Ryan Jack. It was a real shame. I feel for the boy.
Aye.
He's willing, he wants to be playing, but just at times his body's letting him down, which is it's a horrible thing for him.
No, we're just going to talk about referees now, right? Still at the Motherwell game, because a lot of people are saying that that first challenge on Tillman could have been a straight red card in the first few minutes, but he didn't even get anything. But then later on, Kenny Miller was actually saying he reckons that Mugabe should get a red card for the deliberate handball. Because Morelos was running through, but the same note, Stevie Hamill thought Leon King should have got a red card.
Leon King could have got a straight red. In the old day when we played, it was never it's a yellow card and that's it. But the way tackles are now, the way it could have been a red. I think just for the tackle alone, no for the because it's no last man. I think he's going to wait for goal. Stevie Hamill's lying a wee bit when he said he was going right into the box through, which was a lot of rubbish. But I think it could have been because it was a bit reckless, to be fair.
It might all change in a week's time.
So that's why I'm going to
say that. Sure,
I'm going to give Stuart this question. Yeah. What do you personally think about VAR?
What I think of it? I think it's good.
I
think it just gives us a bit of consistency that we're lacking. But we're still going to moan about it.
Of course,
we're still going to moan about it. But I think like the big games, the Old Firm games, these debatable decisions that are going to be whether you're going to win or you're not going to win the league. Like, I mean, we don't need them. We don't need them as much as they're great when they work in your favour. Do you know what I mean? But when they don't, like it's not fair. And I think having the VAR, it's as long as it doesn't kind of add to the time of the game and like you're waiting about for results.
That's your downside.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. The game's going to be stopped for a minute or two. I tell you what. Forget about finishing at 4:45, 10 to 5, the games. You'll be well after 5 o'clock, I think, by the time the game finishes.
I think I said to you the other week,
I
think they should do what the American ice hockey do and have the wee tune playing and all that. Is that a goal?
Something like that.
Make it a bit more exciting instead of just that pause.
But it needs to come in. We need to get into everybody else. It's got to come. They'll get more decisions, I think, right? And it's not always going to be perfect. We know that. But the one thing that I don't know if you agree or not, Charlie, I still can't work out what a handball is. They kind of change it all the time. And even with VAR and that, everybody's got different opinions on it. I just always thought they should have left it with, if you've shown intent to put your hand towards the ball, then Aye.
Well, that Mugabe even stoked.
Aye.
I mean?
I know.
No,
Aye,
but even the one Gabriel, it's a penalty against Arsenal, right? But
I know.
it's up. But you're not. It's not as if he's jumping to score it, but he was turning like that. He was turning, and the ball came in. It hit him. But this day and age, it's a penalty. But I think it's soft, but it is a penalty because the one the day before, I can't remember who it was against, but the same idea. It was the same, and it was a penalty. So that's the thing that annoys me about it because they're no. So I don't think they're on the same wavelength from what is a penalty and what isn't a penalty.
Mm-hmm. And how many officials are going to be in VAR? It's 4 on it, but obviously you need to employ loads of them for all the games that are live at 3 o'clock.
Aye.
So where are they getting them for?
Well, I think the refs that have just finished the last couple of years or whatever. So it's not like guys. They're not going to.
Hugh Dallas. No.
I don't know.
You only need one.
No, I think there's
one just to look at it.
There's a program on BBC. I saw it. I saw it in iPlayer, and it showed you them that they used it was at Livingston, an under-12s, under-13s game, just to show that they kind of ran through it and that. So there's 2 officials watching the game, but also I think there's another official as well behind them that's footing about. But it was interesting. It came to a penalty kick decision, and the 2 of them couldn't make their mind up, and they weren't sure. You know, the referee had gave the penalty, and then they were hemming and hawing, and but they ended up, I think they just sided with the ref and went, I will go with a penalty. But then the other guy, there was another couple of guys, they come over, they thought it wasn't a penalty. When I saw it initially, I went, that's not a penalty.
Well, if you're not sure,
so
you
that's
get.
Aye. So there you go. So it was all that. So you had about 4 people and still couldn't agree with each other.
They need to do an odd number then, didn't they? They need to do 5 so that they have a vote or something.
So VAR calls me with the toenail being offside. Because you want goals in games. That's the thing that kind of
loses the flow. There's your pal Ted McMillan just come on. He says,
Ted,
we all know, lads, wingers are very hot and cold. Kent is a match winner. He's been the best wide player we have.
Yeah,
well, he's been called for two calls. He's that cold. I'm not going to say it.
It's really cold.
It's really cold.
He's actually freezing. He's actually freezing at the minute, isn't he?
He's very cold. He's definitely the North Pole.
Come on, listen. We don't want to come on and beat him up. He's better than what he's showing. And what have I always said to you? What have I been saying to you the last few weeks? He doesn't look a happy chappy, don't you know? And what's not to like when you're at Rangers? I keep saying it, you're at Rangers, you're playing Champions League. Come on, it's a no-brainer. Go and enjoy your football. You're getting well paid. You're playing in front of these fans that absolutely get behind you all the time. They get behind you if you're showing that effort.
Just a desire.
Aye.
This could be the last chance he gets Champions League football as well.
I just beat him, man.
There you go.
Could
And
be the last
I'll
chance.
tell you what, he'll not realise until if he leaves the club and there'll be somewhere down the line he'll regret that. You'll look back and go, what was I thinking?
Because where's they going to go?
Well, that's
Leeds are meant to be lacking
he's
again.
not going a Premiership side at the minute with the form that he's showing. And that's what you were saying. Well, if you want away, go and show what you're all about. And he's not producing it.
Do you know what? I listened to that podcast last week, right? It's always like listen, because sometimes see when you're asking questions and you're watching the screen, you miss bits of it, right? And see when I was trying to say like you'd be trying your heart out kind of thing, right? I said Kent should be running with his arse out.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Some of the girls might like it. What do you mean me? Do you know, we're just going to go away for football now because like Mo Brown is just, so Stuart is one of our new sponsors from DB Dental Care. So I'm going to let you plug your business, but Mo Brown is asking the Stuart take any chest patients.
Yeah, we treat NHS patients.
Aye.
We're accepting all new kids.
Most days in Corby.
Pardon?
Most days in Corby.
Corby. Done 5 hours drive.
Aye.
Is she?
Aye.
Oh, aye. She can come up if she likes, yeah.
Aye, there you go, Mo. So you're more than welcome. But
How do you know she stays in Corby?
because that's big. Stuart's missus.
Oh, right.
So Stuart's actually saying he's looking forward to going down to Corby as well.
I can't wait.
I know. Anyway, you've got a quick minute to tell us about your business.
My business, DB Dental Care in Clydebank. Well, I've been a dentist for 20 years nearly, and I've been there for 10. It's been a difficult couple of years, and we're just getting back to the full swing of things again. It's a new kind of change in time for dentistry at the minute. There's a whole kind of shift to kind of like looking after people in a preventative way, and I think that's the best thing that we can be doing at this moment in time. The way things have been, it's about treating diseases as opposed to preventing them. And that's our whole ethos in the practice. Prevention is better than cure. So we plan for patients to join, and it's all going well, and we'll make that continue.
Have you ever done any famous footballers?
Yeah,
Confidential?
Confidential, but 1 or 2, yeah.
Do you do hair transplants? No.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. I know a few guys.
Did you know
Stays in Clydebank.
Did you know you used to do Botox as well?
I did a course,
Aye.
But you're not wanting Botox, are you?
No, I'm wanting a hair transplant or not.
That head's big enough as it is.
I know. See, last week I was saying I had a sore head. Somebody said that must be one fucking sore head you've got. I was like, see the pair of yous by the way, you're getting me pure abuse on
20 paracetamol for that, sorry.
That's just for the left side.
2 for a normal guy, 20 for you.
We're always looking for models, Ricky.
Aye, aye. Let's go, Derek. We'll come in.
I get both of them.
We can get Machiavelli with the big teeth. Imagine that.
I remember I saw Machiavelli on Tenerife about 30 odd years ago when he get new teeth, and honestly, they were share girls, I think.
Guys, I come in with share
I
girls.
think he get them fell down. Aye. But no, I'm no, I can't talk about him. But these gnashers of mine.
It's funny, we're all paranoid when they're talking to Stuart. Because you're like, come on. All right. Anyway, right. So thanks for sponsoring the show.
I'm getting mine done, by the way.
In fact, who does a dentist teeth?
That's a good question.
One of my friends,
He's a dentist.
Last time I checked.
What are you getting done? The full?
No, I've got a wee bit of wear, all that stress.
Aye.
Kind of ground a couple down, so I'm getting that fixed. So I know what it's like to be on the other side.
Could you not do it yourself? No, just no matter.
I've been there as well.
Big set of pliers.
Oh, I know.
Do it yourself?
Aye, just a matter.
I can't even shave my head myself. Never mind. Can you?
I'm glad you said your head. I'm glad you said your head.
Manscaping.
I had a few accidents down below and all. Painful.
Good.
Went from 1 inch to half inch.
Inverted.
I wish.
You're supposed to shave it with a shaver, not try and shave it with a pair of scissors.
Oh, there's Will Brown getting me into trouble. She's actually moved to Cumbria. I forgot about that. But she says she needs a good dentist.
That's it. She's only about 3 years away then.
Aye. So Stuart can drive you up.
It's a difficult time at the minute for patients and dentists alike. So we're just trying to do a wee bit up here.
Right. Stuff. Brilliant. But thanks again for sponsoring the show. We've also got Plugged In, who maybe will come on in a few weeks' time. He's not much a football man, but we actually use him for Reflex Blues IT. And he's brilliant. So it's plugged in. Oh, you use him as well, don't you?
ISG as well.
ISG as well, aye.
ISG resin.
So we're getting sponsors everywhere now. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Right, we're going to move on quickly to Dundee League Cup final. Should we start the youngsters?
League Cup final, when they're already?
Quarter final. I should have wrote that in there. Yeah, quarter final. Should we start the youngsters?
We obviously want to win the cup. We want to win every cup we get into. We're not going to win the Champions League, obviously. We can still win the Europa League if we beat Ajax and Napoli, which I've still got hopes we can do it. Why not? Just hope Napoli have qualified. Well, they've already qualified, I think, isn't they? So, hopefully Napoli go easy on us and we can get there and get a point or something and then beat Ajax.
A point would do it, isn't it? A point and beat
Ajax. Hope Ajax don't win another game. So, but we want to obviously win the League Cup. Obviously, bringing young boys in is it's great. But Dundee can be they'll be a wee dangerous team. They'll not be easy to beat, obviously. But I better stop saying obviously. But I think we obviously need to.
He's just done it again.
Don't underestimate them. That's what I'm saying. I think
100%.
what you're trying to say, Charlie, there's room to bring in, maybe a couple of players.
McCrory and goals.
Well, why no? The boys just signed a new contract. Maybe give him an opportunity, but don't take this game lightly because I say we want to win a cup. So and there's talk about giving Morelos, of course, minutes on the part. I absolutely get that, and maybe one other, maybe we McCann. He was in earlier. He
was on the bench, wasn't
he?
He looks really good.
Aye. So
why not bring them in? But I would think we still need to keep Tav in the team.
But not too many. Just let's win this game.
We want all the young boys to get into the first team. That's our ambition, to have a team of 11 Scots or 11 young boys coming through into the team. But at the moment, we still want to go and win trophies, and I still believe we have to have 80%, 90% the strong team and go and finish the game. And what finish the game earlier, then bring the young boys on if we can do that, and then take it for there. But I still believe we have to go and take the game seriously, treat them with respect, and go and batter them.
I think, like, see what Aaron Wilson online saying Rangers need to go out and hammer Dundee on Wednesday and Livy on Saturday to get a bit of confidence. And I think that would help because we've got tough games coming up.
I agree with that as well. Actually, I'm saying no too many changes. Let's start hitting the back of the net. Let's get a wee bit of confidence because we have took a knock after that Liverpool game. It's got to, the boys. It was going to take their toll on them. So just let's get back to winning ways, playing some better football. I want to watch us and enjoy it. And I'm not really enjoying watching this at the minute. Do
you know what? See if you were you were a Rangers fan or a Motherwell fan watching that game at the weekend. It was so boring. It was unreal, wasn't it?
Nah, it wasn't great.
The commentator says Motherwell are bad and Rangers are just slightly better.
That wasn't great. It wasn't great. Motherwell don't care. They just want to go and try and make it horrible anyway. So. But we went and lent them a hand. We really did give them a hand. But obviously, winning is the most important thing. But we still want to do it with a wee bit of style. Yeah. But
what's the feeling amongst the fans?
When was the last time we battered somebody? Exactly what he said. It's just the confidence in going out and hammer somebody. When was the last time we went there and stopped scoring? We're relentless the way that we were with Steven Gerrard. And that was the whole mentality with that team, wasn't it, when we won? And it's just disappeared.
Aye.
Go 3 up and then go and do what Liverpool done, and look what happened to their confidence. They went out and did what they did at the weekend.
It's not that we've won 4-0 twice in the last month probably.
And it's been forgotten about.
But there's not been the ultimate. Well, no ultimate, but they've not been the greatest performances. You know what I mean?
It's because we've took a few hammerings. That's kind of get that.
It makes this podcast hard to do, isn't it? when it's football so bad.
Well, not so bad. It's just that confidence is a lot in football, isn't it?
We need to get behind the boys
again. We're
again.
short at the minute. So
we need to get behind the boys again, definitely. And it's just one good performance away from going. By the way, clicks into gear, and then that's us. Hopefully.
Right, we'll do predictions in a wee minute, but before we come to predictions, I'm going to tell everybody about some of the events we've got coming up. And big Stuart Finlay, who's actually picking us up to take us down to Corby, he's asked a crucial question: what beer do the lads want for the cargo for the trip to Corby?
I'm teetotal at the minute.
Aye,
so.
He's teetotal.
So there you go.
I'm Budweiser and Foster's.
So Derek will want wine,
red wine,
and plenty of it.
No, honestly, I'm on a fitness kick at the minute.
Aye, I was for 2 weeks.
Aye,
and then
2 nights.
No, do you know what happened? Right, so I was going out on Saturday night just to take the missus for a meal, and we were knackered.
So what time you were taking that?
Well, do you know,
lady out for some?
We were taking her. Well, I was taking. Well, she was actually taking me because she get paid, but no. But anyway, so it was my grandson's 3rd birthday on Saturday as well, right? So we had that during the day, and then by the end of it, I was knackered. I was like, listen, I'll go for a wee power nap, and then we'll go for something to eat, right? So we're driving somewhere to get something to eat, and then my mate phones and you want to come to the pub, there's a singer on. So we went to the Mullins Berlin, and we got there, it ends up it was karaoke, right? And I wasn't going to drink, but then I went to karaoke. It turns out if you sing, they give you a shot. So I ended up,
right.
It was
you
great.
were singing about 10 songs.
Oh, it was good. It was a cheap night as well. So that was my Saturday night. But
is that a comment on your computer screen there?
what one's that?
The one above.
So somebody
Stevie
just
G
paid.
Stevie G sacked.
So we just get paid £2. Stevie G sacked. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Well, they weren't happy at the end of the game. What was it, Saturday, Sunday? When was it?
They played bloody well as well.
They did play well, right? Didn't they? Should have fit the back of it. That's the thing. But when you, what is he? They sitting in the league at the minute.
Oh, nearly bottom anyway.
It's about 6 for the bottom minute. So there.
It's no good.
Aye.
But anyway, so that's interesting. Maybe just broke live on podcast. Stevie G sacked by the sounds of it. But we're just waiting for somebody to confirm it. Anyway, we're going to talk about the gigs that we've got coming up.
Thanks for 55, Stevie.
Aye.
Anyway,
would you take him back?
No. But just thanks for the 55. I needed that big time in my life.
It was so good.
I did. Honestly.
It was needed, that really was, because before that we're thinking, oh shit, I'm not going to see it 55 for a long time.
See, even now, I love the number 55.
Aye,
see when my petrol light comes on, it tells you how many miles you've got left, and it's 55, and I just get
I would prefer 56 now, though.
You flat, of course. But it was, see, like big moments in your life.
Aye.
That's it.
It was.
It meant so much, wasn't it?
But
It was like-
it was the way we won it as well.
Aye,
You
it
know.
was class, wasn't it?
We were celebrating for about 3 months. It was brilliant.
Correct. Well, I was 4.
Right, we're doing a Q&A for it's a fundraiser for William Kerr, and it's in the Bonus Town Hall. Who's all going there? It's used to Reid Oddie and Derek Johnson, and then we've also heading down to Sons of the North. We're heading down to Corby Town Hall, and the Corby Loyal Slip Band are playing as well. So that's 2 great nights. I think we might have a third.
I've got one
Oh, that's right. You're doing one on Lunch 72.
72 and the 29th. I think it's a Sunday, the 29th.
That is. Because I'm actually asking the questions. So.
How are you?
Or is it 30th? I want to fit.
It's a Sunday anyway.
It's a Sunday
29th of
afternoon.
That's a 30th. That's
Sunday
a
the
30th.
30th.
Aye, it's always a good day in Lunch 72. I've had a few karaoke's on a Sunday after the Q&A. So, aye, me and Derek were in there a few weeks ago, but he left
Aye.
early, mind.
Eric left early.
That's it.
Right, I'm going to do predictions.
Teetotal.
Teetotal. That day will never happen. Right, predictions. Dundee. Right, Stuart, we'll come to you first then.
Sure, should be the man.
3-0. We need to keep it tight at the back.
That's because there's someone else there. Right, Charlie.
5-1, 4-0. 5-1 Wednesday,
Mhm.
4-0 Sunday,
Aye.
Saturday.
That's right. We've not even had a chance to talk about the live again, but we're running out of time.
I'm going to go 4-0. And Wednesday night against Livy. Livy are decent at the minute, by the way. They're a hard side. I tell you, I'd quite happily win that 1-0, 2-1. Just win it, honestly. He fancies it, Martindale. Did you hear him on Saturday?
No.
He can't wait for the game. They're actually there. We always find it tough against them as well. They're a hard side to play against. They're decent. He's brought in a couple of players that are. He's got Big Newbley as well. He's a handful. And he's got a couple others in there. That's going to be a hard game. So it is.
Right, I'm going to do 2-2-0s. So 2-0 Wednesday and 2-0 the weekend.
It's not like you.
I know,
Sure,
but you
It's
know,
too sensible for
For
you.
sure, Saturday, sure.
3-0 and 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. I don't know. It's just I'm not enjoying watching it like you said earlier on. It's
Well, let's get behind them and hopefully we
Aye.
pick it up Wednesday and then Saturday.
hope so. Anyway, that's us. Came to the end of the show already. Did you enjoy that, Stuart?
That was great, aye. Enjoyed that.
Well done, Stuart. A pleasure.
What's the
Aye.
third gig?
Third gig.
You're speaking about a third gig, yeah?
I'm going to meet the guy on Wednesday.
All right.
So it's going to be a special Christmas all about the Gers
All
party.
right.
So that'll be good. So aye, I'll hopefully be able to update you next week about that.
Good stuff.
All right, but that'll be good. That can be your wee Christmas party and all Christmas jumpers.
Oh, aye.
He doesn't wear Christmas jumpers, but
I don't wear a Christmas.
You know?
jumper, I don't know.
No, Charlie's too trendy for that.
you didn't wear one either.
I thought you were at the wind up. That's how I never wore one. I thought you were kidding us on.
No, I thought the name would have gave it away. Christmas.
No, but I thought I was
Christmas
going to,
podcast.
as usual, I was just going to turn up with a Christmas jumper and you were all suited and booted, looking $1 million.
Nah, afraid not. But anyway, that's the end of the show. Thanks to our sponsors,
Cheers, guys.
Plugged In,
Cheers,
and
Stuart.
also DB
Thanks very
Dental.
much.
Thanks.
And
Okay.
ISG Resin when they're on
ISG
board.
Resin, that's right. We'll need to get your logo, but we'll get it on and we'll get you out on social
Ian
media and
Scott and
everything as well. All right, but take care and we'll see you all next week.
Cheers, guys.
Now,